Hello, everyone. Uh, my name is Brady Warner. I'm a recovery advocate at Wasatch Crest Treatment. Wasatch Crest is a recovery center in Heber City that treats individuals struggling with substance abuse problems, alcoholism, and underlying mental health issues in the Wasatch Mountain Range. I wanted to share my recovery story with you all today to show that recovery is possible. So I just kind of want to give you a little example or a little bit of history, like where I came from. And so I grew up in a family of alcoholics and drug addicts, but they were awesome people. I mean, they were really good to me. I mean, it was still chaotic, and it was still an alcoholic, dysfunctional family, but there was love there. And, you know, I had a pretty good childhood. We had big Christmases. We went on vacation. We also had some scary times where, my parents would drink and drive and stuff. It was kind of like not as big of a deal back then, but we survived. They would get in fights pretty bad sometimes, not like physical, but just yelling and screaming and stuff. But me and my brother we turned to sports, and we always played football and basketball and baseball and all that stuff. And we were tight, we were close. I mean, we argued a lot and didn't always get along, but the love was there, And then, so I was really into football, and that was like my thing, and I was really good at it. And I, somewhere along the line, discovered drinking. And that first year, I was 14. I ended up wrecking my mom and dad's car. I got a DUI and lost my license before I could have it. So right off the bat, I was really dysfunctional. I was really alcoholic, and I didn't function well. I went through my early teens drinking and using. I forgot about football. I kind of just blew it off, and I found a new joy. I was free, and I felt like I belonged to that whole scene, and so I don't want to get too much into all that, but yeah, there's a few other big events happened in my life. My mom passed away when I was 20, and that one hit me hard. And hello everyone, by the way, I see you. And I just spiraled down, and I started using heavy drugs, and in a really heavy way. And, it was very unhealthy. I kind of lost my way. I lost myself. I didn't know who I was anymore. I ended up getting shot when I was around 30 at a Super Bowl party. I don't remember the night. I used to have this elaborate story I would tell about it and what happened. But honestly, I was blacked out and I don't remember. And that was, one of those, you would think, turning points, but it wasn't. I still had a lot of drinking and using in my future. So I used and drank for years more. And that's just kind of how it was my whole drinking. I had fun too, but it was mostly miserable. I got really miserable, and I got really depressed, and I didn't I didn't have any, future. I didn't work or anything. I was just party. That was my thing. And I ended up, and how it ended was in a standoff. I ran from the cops. I put a lot of people's lives in danger on a high-speed chase, and ended up at one of my dear friend's cabins that was letting me stay there. And I ended up in a standoff with the police, and they came and arrested me eventually. I mean, it was like 6 hours of me crying and then, being an ass. It was just like a bunch of different emotions going on, and I was just a mess. And luckily, I gave up. They took me to jail, put me in a turtle suit down in purgatory, and I just was defeated. I didn't think I was going to get out of jail. I thought I was going to prison for a long time, and I just surrendered. I didn't know. I was just like, I got myself here. I wanted to take full responsibility. Not at first. At first, I was like still on party mode, and I was drinking hooch in jail. It took a good 4 months for me to get that moment of clarity where I became aware of myself and how I was behaving, and it shocked me. Like, I literally didn't realize things I was doing, like, to my family, and how I was behaving, and just to myself, and it shocked me. Like, that's when I first started being interested in recovery, and I started hanging out with people that wasn't glorifying drugs and alcohol and talking about the old days that they missed and stuff like that. I started hanging out with people that was like, hey, I'm sick of this. I'm sick of going to jail. I want to change my life, like this just, and, some of those guys are still sober today, and I'm in contact with them that I went to jail with. It's pretty neat, It's awesome. A couple of them work in recovery, and we keep in touch a little. We don't talk a lot, but it's just neat to, like, how just even that little switch to, like, hey, it really wasn't that glamorous. It was actually miserable. And that switch in my mind and becoming aware of how I was treating my son and my family, and wanted to make a change. That's what kept me on. That was the awareness of myself I didn't have. And so, I have found recovery now. I work a program to the best of my ability. I went through MRT at first, drug counseling. MRT is a really, how would you call it, detailed recovery program that I did through probation. And I got to say, at first, it took me a while to actually want full recovery. Like, I always thought, like, when I got probation, I would smoke weed, and something changed. I started, like, not having that craving for something. I realized, like, hey, and I'm grateful I was on probation, because it took me a while to get to that, and I was like, when I'd run out of weed or whatever, I would, like, scrape my pipe or go looking for it, and it was just like it consumed my life. Like, I was never present, It was always there, like, oh, that urge, that desire, those cravings, phenomenon of craving. I ended up, actually, one of my old friends that I partied with for years, she is in recovery, and she has a year or two on me. She came to me one day and asked me if I wanted to go to a meeting, and I was like, sure. I was lonely, and I needed some kind of friendship and connection. And so she took me to not my first meeting ever, but my first meeting in this time in recovery. And I just really enjoyed it. I felt like I was a part of it, and I was open to suggestions, and I was going to do whatever they asked me or suggested I do, because I wanted what they had. And I still want what they have. And I've come to realize, like, it's a daily thing, like, I came out of jail, I had a bag of clothes, a grocery bag of clothes that didn't fit me, one shoe, and the clothes I acquired at jail that I bought, like a t-shirt and some shorts and some Velcro shoes. And, I've come a long ways emotionally. The emotional sobriety is probably my most valuable gift that I've gotten out of this. And I have a family now. I'm buying a house. I'm buying a truck. Like, I never thought any of those things would be possible in my future, in my life. And the biggest thing is I'm reconnected with my family. Me and my brother are super close. Me and my dad are super close. Me and my stepmom are close. And we had some major issues, but all along it was my issue. And the fact that she didn't put up with it, but I didn't see it as that when I was active in my use. But now I see that she was just like, call me on my BS, and I love her for it. And to be able to have that love for someone that I had no love for, and to be genuine and to have love in my life again, and happiness and joy is just, it's amazing. And I work different programs. I love the 12 steps, but I do some smart recovery tools, and I loved MRT, and I know there's many pathways to recovery, but I'm here to tell you recovery is possible. It's beautiful. I love my life. I'm happy. And I just hope that, I want to give it away when I meet people that are early in recovery and they want to recover. I just want to be able to go, here you go. But it's like one of the biggest things for me, and what keeps me grounded. I have my routine. I get up, I pray, I make my bed, I go to meetings, I'm working the steps, I call my sponsor. Not a lot, probably not as much as I should, but I do call him. And I do it daily. It's like a daily thing. I don't have it figured out. I know I don't. It's just something I have to do every day, and that's fine. I love it. I mean, I'm very grateful. I'm a grateful recovering addict. And it's really nice. I've been paying my bills. I've held a job. I don't miss work. I work hard. I love my job. I love working with people in recovery. I am just so grateful for everything in my life today. And I used to not be, I was so hateful and angry, and it's just such a blessing. But recovery is possible. I don't know. It's a daily thing. That's all I don't really have any advice or anything. Just follow the suggestions, find a program that works for you. because it's worth it. To me, it is anyway. Or, you know, so far. But yeah, I'm really grateful. Thank you all for listening to my story. If you want to learn more about Wasatch Crest, the treatment program and all that, and admissions process, visit our website at wasatchcresttreatment.com or give us a call on our 24/7 line. And hey, Tavish, glad you're doing good. It's good to see it. Jamie, miss you too. Cordelia, wow. Nina, hi. Becky, love y'all. Thanks for watching. Recovery's possible. I don't know. Thanks.